We are back with one of my favorite people in the world, Mr. Phil Rosenthal. He is known as the co-creator of the beloved sitcom Everybody Loves Raymond, and he is also known as a professional foodie. Well, as the host of the hit Netflix docuseries Somebody Feed Phil, he has gone from Bangkok to Barcelona and traveling the globe to explore different cultures one bite at a time. And now he's got the perfect companion to the series, this great book sharing recipes, behind-the-scenes stories from the road. Somebody Feed Phil, the book.
Yes.
Phil.
Literally.
It is good to see you. You know, I know you had traveled around, but I understand your love of travel and food kind of really kicked off when you talked with Ray Romano about travel. You guys took the show to Italy.
That changed everything. He didn't want to go. I asked him where he was going to go on his hiatus from season 1 to season 2. He says, I go to the Jersey Shore. And I said, that's nice. You ever been to Europe? He goes, nah. I said, why not? He goes, I'm not really interested in other places. So I thought we should do an episode about that attitude and how it changes to my attitude. Someone very excited about travel and food and Italy.
Yes.
And we went, and I saw him change the person. And right there, I thought, what if I could do this for other people? And, 10, 15 years later, here I am.
Doing this, you're getting ready to have the 6th season drop today on Netflix.
Today, with the book.
Is that the goal of the show? It's not just food, but it's travel, but how food changes people.
Food is the great connector, and then laughs are the cement. So if you can combine all those things, I think the world would be a little better.
As you've traveled, and you've been to a lot of places, what place has most surprised you? That you were thinking one thing,
of course,
and after you were done.
Yeah, well, it happens almost every season. Like a couple seasons ago, we went to Vietnam, and so I'm thinking Apocalypse Now.
Yeah,
I'm thinking the movies we grew up with, right? And then you get there, and the war's been over for many, many years, and it's gorgeous. And this season we're in Croatia, which just 30 years ago was a war-torn country. And it's spectacular.
Love Croatia.
It's beautiful.
And the food is amazing. Yeah,
amazing.
My kids were excited because they filmed Game of Thrones there. So,
yes, there's a lot of that in Dubrovnik. Yes.
Your parents, just two of the dearest people. Talk about how they influenced your love of food and how they influenced you.
Well, we didn't get a lot of great food growing up.
Right.
We didn't have the money, and my mom worked and my dad worked, and it just wasn't a priority. So I didn't have delicious food until I left. But they gave me everything else. They gave me a sense of humor. They taught me to value a sense of humor, right? That was the currency of the house. And if you've ever seen the show, or if you've ever seen Everybody Loves Raymond, there's a lot of them in it. And then in the show itself, I Skyped with them every episode because they were the best part of the show, honestly. And this season, Netflix was generous enough to let me do a special episode just about them called Helen and Max.
Can't wait to see that.
It's so nice.
When you get to a place, like, say, here in New York City, and this is looks like it's somewhat representative of New York City. Tell us what you've got here.
This is the classic. I grew up on this, like in the 80s when I was struggling out-of-work actor in New York.
Yeah.
This is the sausage, egg, and cheese, a twist on the bacon, egg, and cheese, on the soft Kaiser roll. I'll bet it's good, Al.
And the egg cream? It has no egg and no cream.
That's right. That's an old Yiddish trick.
Somebody Feed Phil, the book. It is available today. Find these recipes and more on our website, today.com/food.